Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hi everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. On Thursday, the market ended somewhat quieter for the Australian dollar due to the US markets closed for Juneteenth. However, this 2-month sideways pattern still holds with the trend line, which is seen roughly around 64.45. And beneath there, we got the 60-day moving average also around 63.75.80. So with a couple of bullish indications, and along with that, with a possible bounce from the RSI as it's building in terms of momentum, could see a move from current levels and recapture 65 cents and move on to that key level of 65.45.55, where a break would give further scope on towards 66 to 67. I still am waiting for this move to the upside, so I haven't reversed my view, that is, from a bullish outlook, even though there is still much to consider, as traders are cautious after the White House announced that President Trump would decide on a possible Iran strike within 2 weeks. Trump demanded Tehran's complete surrender, which was dismissed and also stated as threatening and ridiculous. So as the Middle East tension persists, investors are also digesting Fed Powell's comments on Wednesday following the rate hold. However, Trump did criticize Powell on his Truth social media, calling Fed Powell destructive and blaming him for costing the US hundreds of billions of dollars. Investors now turn to a slightly lighter calendar, but still keep an eye on Friday's Fed monetary policy report to Congress for insights on economic conditions and rate guidance. The dollar index, meanwhile, has somewhat taken a turn to the downside and trades around 98.20. Moving on to the euro, we can see the market's holding relatively well, even though the US was closed. Still, I am looking for a move beyond 115.35 and on to 116 or 117. I like the way this trend is, the rebound in the RSI, and keep an eye on the ADX in case we get a bullish case that does support this overall structure to that top side target as I called. Weakness towards 114.25.35 may bring bargain hunters, and with the trend line seen beneath at 113.60.70. Turning to dollar yen, I feel above 145 may see a bull trap and send the market lower, that is towards the region of 144 or even down towards the key call, that is at 142. Overall though, from the broader case, I am not bullish. So let's see if this market does break down. As we turn to sterling, the market is somewhat recovering from the recent weakness and still holds to my call, I believe, somewhere around 136 to 137. In light of the technicals, I would like to see that improve, but with the trend holding quite well in this channel, let's see if the rally can continue. Turning to commodities, a little bit weaker after Trump did give a 2-week notice in Tehran's surrender, but nevertheless, from a technical point, I feel there is bargain hunters still likely to be lurking. And if we look at the 4 hours, the market is getting a little bit somewhat to the lower side of the range. So let's see if we can see a bounce and look back towards 3,350 to 3,380 and reassess from there. Wrapping up with oil, I still hold a neutral bias, but I'm keeping an eye on these technicals as they are buckling, first of all from the divergence, and now with a slightly weaker RSI, could see the market pull back. But I am still a little bit cautious on my call. It's very hard to trade in a whipsaw manner, so I will at this point still remain out and wait for better signals. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you for joining me. And as always, look out for the interest rate report. I hope you enjoy the great start to the new weekend.